Hi everyone, it's Jen Morgano with Card and Mum by Jen Morgano. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, on Long Island specifically. Thank you for joining me today. Last Saturday, so April 1st, wasn't any fools going on. I held a Fun Fold stamp camp. So if you follow my blog, you might have seen 3 of the projects that we already did. Kind of fun ones. Let me see, do I have them anywhere? Why would I? Oh, here they are. Hold on. I'll show them to you quick. Maybe, as far as you know. One was this cute bookbinding card. So where you just kind of tack that end down and it opens up like a book. And then we did this cute little pocket card. So you make a regular side opening card. You cut out a portion, adhere this to create a pocket. And then you could have your writing panel that goes in and out. And then we did my bay window cards, one of my favorite fun folds, only because it's packed such a wow. And I added some of that dry brushed metallic paper. That looks really cool. I think that's on sale right now. Or it's retiring, so if you want to get your hands on it, do it. It has a really great shimmer, and it's thin. It's thinner than I thought it would be. It's nice. But this is the bay window card. Looks normal, and then you can open it up and kind of prop it open like that. Looks like a bay window. So those are 3 of the cards that I've already posted on my blog. Those have the measurements. This was another one we did. I used the Waves of Inspiration stamp set and Waves dies. Those are carrying over into the new 2023 annual catalog, so that's exciting. And this is a simple pop-up card. So you can see from the side here, it's really just a matter of scoring and folding and adhering. And then you can mail it flat, and when the recipient gets it, pop, it'll stand up for them, making a nice little scene, and you can put your writing panel on the back. So I also wanted to highlight, because right before my event, Stampin' Up! Kind of released the sneak peek at the new catalog, as well as their retiring list, and I was able to see what colors are leaving. Some of them I'm not so upset about. Soft suede, I know on all my posts I point out soft suede. I'm not going to miss soft suede. I'm really not going to miss rich razzleberry too much. Blushing Bride I will miss, but the new color Bubble Bath will be a good one. Pacific Point I was surprised about because it's such a great blue, but they're introducing a new color called Azure Afternoon, and that's a pretty good one, comparison, or comparable, that's the word I'm looking for, to Pacific Point. My pre-order will be coming in soon. I'll be sure to do a video to compare all the colors. And Misty Moonlight is coming back. So for those of you that follow me know that Misty Moonlight is my favorite blue ever. And I'm excited it's coming back. Anyway, Jen, make the card. We don't want to hear you babble. So I'm using Pacific Point. You're going to start with a 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by 11 card base. And you might not be able to see it, but you're going to score it 5 1/2, 7 1/2. Oh, what did I do? I just measured this before I started recording so I wouldn't whoops it. Okay, let's try again, Jennifer. 5, 7, 5 1/2, 7, 8 1/2, 10. Got it? 5 1/2, 7, 8 1/2, 10. So every 1.5 inches after that. And then you're going to score it, burnish it, and fold it inwards. Okay. Now for the background on this, I went with some of the By the Bay DSP. It's a great, great, great background for this. My original prototype that I made for this, I just kind of used a plain balmy blue, but I thought, you have this wonderful background, why not use that? So you're going to take a piece of that 6x6 and you're going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4, regular size panel, and you're going to adhere that to the inside of your card. So let me find something to adhere it with. Look at this, that side of the DSP. DSP so pretty. Now, we have to do two things before we make our little box. The first is I took 1 1/4 by 4 pieces of crumb cake cardstock and I dry embossed them using the timber folder to give you that kind of pier look, if you will. You're going to adhere that, not to this one and not to the small one, but to the middle two. I'm going to use some glue for that. Oops. So that's one thing you have to do before we shut it up. Next thing you're going to have to do is stamp your wave. Just wanted to do that before we close it up to avoid any holding down and having to press the stamp, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to use Pacific Point. You can use Night of Navy, whatever color you think would be good. I mean, all the blues kind of work, but you want a darker one to make it stand out on that background. And I kind of just put it right above this little land piece. Oh, and this is what I did in my stamp camp. Here we have Jennifer. If you're using this particular piece, you want to stamp it before you put it on here. So what I'm going to do is take some scrap and just lay it next. I did the same thing. I did at my camp. I tell you. Well, if you do that, then I'm showing you how to fix it. There you go. Now you have your wave there. Kind of fun. While we're here, we might as well just stamp our sentiment. I also, for my stamp count, I pre-cut the clouds for my ladies because this is all about fun folds. I didn't want them to get too hung up in trying to cut out fiddly pieces and gluing them down, this and that. I wanted them to focus more on the clouds. So these are a great die in the waves die set. So you have the larger cloud piece and then this little accent piece. So you kind of want to figure out where those go. And then you're going to stamp your, we did happy birthday for this one. Simple. Okay. We'll put this on in a second, but let's adhere this. So I'm taking a basic type of how to put a box together approach to this. Use some tear and tape. And what do I mean by basic? Oftentimes you'll see people put boxes together with that little overhang. They'll fold that down and just, if the dimensions work out, press it down flat like that so you can get a good adherence of your adhesive and then it'll pop right up like that. Ta-da. And if you're like me and realize what you didn't put the writing panel on the back yet and you just didn't do that, I'm just pulling out all the stops for this video. You probably like, have you paper crafted before, Jen? Oh, I have. You've seen me. Just going to use some mini adhesive dimensionals to pop this little cloud up. Put him over here. Oh, I can fit another one on him. So let's put our writing panel on the back. That's going to be missing. Why are all the parts of this card missing for me? It's so weird. It's going to be your basic 4 by 5 1/4. When you're trimming your DSP up, you'll have a little strip left. Guess what? You can just put it on the bottom for some interest there. Been doing that a lot lately because I just save scraps of DSP and then I get to the point where I can't move in my room and I have a little freak out. Do you do that? Why do I have all these scraps? Okay, so what's missing? We need our little pelican standing. So take a scrap. And I'm using early espresso. And one thing I did with this, beautifully detailed, but I really wanted some ink, you know, some blending action here. So you can take a blender pen or a Wink of Stella, and you can just, while the ink is still wet, kind of color that in so you'll get a more rounded out effect. You'll still have the detail of the wood, but it'll fill in nicely there. Excuse my shadowy arm. Okay, and then I used the light pumpkin pie blend for his beak. I used Wink of Stella in my class. That also will do the same thing as far as making that color move about for you. I cut this out using the die. I've already done that for us. Have that. It's cute. And then you're just going to adhere them to the front of your card. So a strip or two of tear and tape if you'd like. You can use liquid glue, whatever you got, whatever you like. I try to use a stronger adhesive when I'm dealing with embossed spots, just because it gives a little bit more oomph, whatever that means. And you'll just position it. And the great thing about this being an open box, you could just reach behind. It folds flat. You can also do it that way. Okay, so there you go. Cute little fun surprise for whoever opens this. Oh, what's this? Oh, boing. I mean, if we can get it to say boing when they opened it up, that would be super cool, but whatever. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, this is so versatile. You can almost make any design you want using whatever you have. I see cupcakes for a birthday or a gift, anything really, trees for Christmas time. So again, you're just going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, 11-inch piece of cardstock. Going to score it at the middle at 5 1/2, and then keep going every 1.5 inches. So 5 1/2, 7, 8 1/2, 10. And there you go. Thanks for joining me today. Again, hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I will put the link to the blog post with those measurements again in the description below. That blog post will also have a link to the products that I used. Remember, the waves, wave inspiration are carrying over, but Pacific Point is saying goodbye. So if you want to get your hands on some, hurry up because it's while supplies last. Everybody have a great day. Hope you get to do something crafty.